Okay, so A is equal to how much? 60. That is angle of prism. Delta is what? Angle of deviation, that is 40 degrees. And then he says the refractive index is 1.33. So unknown refractive index. Yeah, he said about the unknown refractive index. So we have to find out the refractive index of that particular. So n is equal to how much? We have the formula n is equal to, and now we can add mu also. It's up to you. So it is A plus dm by 2 delta m by 2 divided by sine of A by 2. So here we have n is equal to what? Sine of 60 plus 40 divided by 2 divided by sine of 60 divided by 2. So that is n is equal to what? Sine of 50 divided by sine 30. Okay. So then what will happen now? N is equal to sine 50 by sine 30. So sine 30 is 0.5. Sine 50 we need to go. We need to know how much it will be. Sine 50. If you have a log table, you can use a log table. Otherwise, use a scientific calculator to get the value. Okay. Sine 50. Oh, sorry. How much? Sine 50. 60 plus 40. If you have a scientific calculator, you try with that one. Wait, I have that. It is equal to sine 50. It is showing 0.76. 0.76. So now divide this 0.76 divided by 0.5. Answer is 1.53. N is equal to 1.53. Now the second part of the question is, what is the refractive index of the material? Okay, predict the angle of minimum deviation of a parallel beam of light. Okay. Okay. So here we have what is an refractive index. Okay, predict the angle of minimum deviation of the. Okay, there is one more material. This is different again. Second problem. So angle of prism is 60 again. Here it is. He gave the refractive index is 1.33, and he's asking what is delta. So n is equal to same formula. What is that? N is equal to sine of A plus dm by 2. Sine of 60 plus delta divided by 2 divided by sine A by 2. Sine 60 divided by 2. Okay. So what is that? 1.33 is equal to sine of 60 plus delta divided by 2 by sine 30. Okay. Sine 30. So what will happen now? 1.33 into sine 30 is what? Sine 30 is 0.5. 1 by 2. That is what? Sine of, that is 60 plus, that will become 30 plus delta by 2. Now, multiply this value is 1. How much it is? 1.33 multiply 0.5. So that will be how much? 0.665. 0.665 is equal to sine of 30 plus so 30 plus delta by 2. So 30 plus delta by 2 is equal to how much? Sine inverse of 0.665. Okay. 0.665. We'll write here sine inverse of, shift sine inverse of. These values will not be like that in examination. It will come easily. Means it will be like, like we'll get 0.5 something. 0.5 means what? 30 degrees. I'll just write those values also for you to make it simple. So 0.665. 0.665 equal to how much? 41.68. So here it is 30 plus delta by 2 is equal to 41.68. Delta by 2 is equal to 41.7 minus 30. Delta by 2 is equal to 11.7. Delta is equal to how much it will be? 11.7. 11.7 multiply 2 is equal to 23.4. So that is 23.4 degrees. Is that clear? I'll write the values also for your convenience. Sine 0 value is equal to 0. Sine 30 degree value is equal to 0.5. And sine 45 value is equal to how much? 0.707. So no need to do all these things. When you see these values directly, you can write. Sine 60 is equal to 0.886. And sine 90 value is 1. Okay. So that is how. So even if it is somewhere in between also, you can easily estimate now. See, you got here 41 degrees. See, 45 is 0.7. Approximately also, if you write, we'll get the answer. 45 is 0. But this is 66. Means somewhere just above 40. See. Is that clear? Is it clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please do copy this. We'll do one more question on the same on prism thing.
Should I do this question? It's kinetic energy.
No, that's not required. That is not there. No. That I will teach you next chapter. Just only do those expansion that specifically given. Calorimeter experiment, calorimeter questions.
No.
You can find some more questions, exercise also. Calorimeter. That we want. Are you done with this problem? Can we go to the next one? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next question is one more question of the same type. 9.22. At what angle should a ray of light be incident on the face of the prism of refractive index 60 degrees so that it suffers a total internal reflection on its other face? So, at what angle should a ray of light be incident on the face of a prism? He's asking what is the angle of incidence. Refracting of a prism of the refracting angle 60, A is equal to 60, so that it suffers total internal reflection. So the refractive index of the material is given. So what is the formula you will use here? Okay, let me explain this. Where is that? Yeah. So see here. Now there is a prism at a particular angle of incidence. What happens? What he says, it suffers a total internal reflection. Okay, it suffers a total internal reflection. Okay. Yeah. So how much it is? Prism angle is how much? A is equal to 60 degrees. The second one, what he says, the refractive index of the material of the prism is N is equal to 1.524. He has given these two values. So at what angle should a incident light? What is the angle of incidence is asking? So what is the formula you will use now? Here, TIR should take place. Means angle of here, angle of incidence should be greater than critical angle. So it will reflect back to the same, right? So and this angle will be equal to this angle. Is it not? Are you understanding?
Yes.
Then how will you solve?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How will you solve this question?
So should we find delta first?
Delta, angle of deviation. But is there any angle of deviation here?
Oh yeah, there's no angle. Okay.
Think, like such type of question will come in exam. How will you do it? So you have four formulas. Quickly see, I'm writing all four formulas. I plus E is equal to A plus delta. Second formula is N is equal to sine of A plus dm by delta m by 2 divided by sine A by 2. What is the third formula? What is that? Third formula? That's the four formulas, right? What is it? Yes, there are four formulas, right? No one is no. Yesterday only we did this one. What is the third and fourth formula? I plus E is equal to A plus delta. One more, two more are there. What are they? One is referring, just attending the classes. It won't work out if you do like this. All the formulas should be on your fingertips. Yes. So what is the next formula? dm is equal to n21 minus 1 into A. dm is equal to n21 minus 1 into capital A. Now, yeah, one more formula. What is one more formula here? dm is equal to 2i minus 1.
is equal to 2i minus
dm is
A.
equal to 2i minus A. Which formula is applicable now? Tell me that also. Which formula is applicable now?
The last two.
The last two.
The last one. This is 9.2.
The third one.
Read the question once again. Delta M, angle of incidence we need to find out. Angle of deviation indeed, you know, how will you do that then?
Should I do latent heat?
Yeah, do it.
So we can first use the third formula and then substitute dm in the fourth formula. Then we'll find I.
See, we have the refractive index formula, right? So we will use, can we use for whenever we have such type of situation, can you please open? Sin n1 sin I is equal to what? N2 sin R, right? N1 sin I is equal to what? Please come. N1 sin I, you use it. N1 sin I is equal to what? N2 sin R. So N1 sin A is equal to N2 sin R. Now tell me what he will do now. It is from glass to air. देखो यहीं पे रहना चाहिए. This is one. This is maybe by mistake with him. नहीं होगा यहाँ पे अगर तो कहीं भी नहीं जाएगी. Because I don't use the table also. Only for the class purpose. Otherwise, I'll be sitting somewhere. Okay, so here, yeah. N1 sin I is equal to N2 sin R. Now find out R. Yes. Is it clear? So we need to find out the refractive index of the glass. So refractive index of glass is also given. Just find out the critical that angle of refraction we need to find out, or angle of incidence. So what will happen in this case? Suppose the thing that if it grazes along the surface of two medium, it is 90 degrees, right? Here it is 90 degrees. So what will happen? We have the critical angle formula. N1, suppose this is N1 and this is N2. Light has to travel from denser medium to rarer medium. So N1 kya hai? N1 is 1.524, and we have angle of incidence we don't know, and angle of refraction N2 is equal to 1. Angle of refraction is R is equal to 90 degrees. Yeah. So we have the formula. Just substitute that 1.524 equal to into sin I equal to what? Equal to N2 is 1 into sin 1. So sin I is equal to how much? Sin I is equal to 1 divided by 1.524. So I is equal to what? Sin inverse of 1 divided by 1.524. Okay, solve it. When you solve it, cannot. Okay, I'll give the calculator. Try this one. 1 divided by 1.524, do it. And tell me the answer for that. Question is very simple. But
50 by 3.
कितना है? I is equal to how? No, just divide only this one. How much you got? कितना आया आपको? नहीं, इसको ना ये 0. Sin inverse of 0.65. Okay. So I is equal to भी क्या है? And simple sin inverse answer equal to 41 degrees. So we got angle of incidence as equal to how much? Are you understanding, all of you? That is 41 degrees. Now we also know that what will happen here. Suppose in this case, whenever there is when in angle of minimum deviation position, A will be equal to what? R1 plus R2. So that will become A is equal to 2R, which is implies R1 is equal to R2. So therefore R is equal to A by 2. R is equal to how much? 60 by 2, which is equal to 30 degrees. Is it clear? See, once again, there is a prism whose angle of prism is 60 degrees. Refractive index is given to you. Angle of incidence we need to find out. What is happening is when light there is TIR taking place inside. There is TIR taking place, total internal reflection taking place. So we are not going to this situation. We are going to this situation. Means critical angle situation. Okay? We are going with critical angle situation. So यहाँ पे क्या है? I plus C. There are 4 formulas which are related to this prism experiment. Okay, 4 formulas. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now this is coming from where? This is coming from critical angle thing. N1 sin I is equal to N2 sin R. ठीक है? हाँ, Snell's law भी है, ये critical angle में भी use किया हमने. So N1 is glass because what is the condition of TIR? It has to travel from denser medium to rarer medium.
Denser to rarer.
So denser ये है 1.5, rarer 1 है, A है. I don't know what is that. R I know that is how much? 90 degrees. So I substituted and I got the answer as what is that? 41 degrees I got there. ऊपर का 41 degrees. उसके बाद then I got I need to know what is R1 and what is R value also. Okay. One second. Okay. So now here, what exactly is the question here? Let me see. So at what angle should a ray of light be incident? I need to find out what is the angle of incidence. So I got R. So what happens here? Here this is R1 and here this is R2. So in minimum deviation position, R1 will be equal to R2. I need to just find out I. Okay. So what happens now? R is equal to 30. I got it. So I have the first formula here. Okay. What is I now? I is I plus E. Emergence 90 here. Equal to A plus delta. 60 plus 30. Delta कितना है? What is delta when? Delta we didn't find out, right? I plus U is equal to A plus delta. I is already we got it now. What? Angle of incidence I is equal to?
Why did we find
No. This angle of incidence is different. This is happening here. You understood? This is happening here. For the first situation, this is I.
Okay.
So then only that we got. That means what? This and this will be same, right?
Yes.
So if this is 41, this is 41. Clear? Then we'll find out this value. Got it? Okay. Copy this first part and then I will do the second part. हाँ तो दीजिए ना क्या चाहिए नहीं हाँ के बाद मैं बात अभी बना लेंगे ना हो जाता क्लास के बाद आई एम फ्री नाउ आफ्टर द क्लास वी विल राइट .41 degrees. So R1 A is equal to R1 plus R2. We come we'll do this part. Here. A is equal to what? R1 plus R2. So I have here this is R2. A is equal to R1 plus R2. So R1 I want to find out. R1 is equal to what? R1 is equal to A minus R2. So R1 is equal to A 60 minus R2 41 degrees. R1 is equal to 90 degrees. So I got this value now. I got this R1 value. So once I get the R1 value, I'm going to use again the same formula here. Mu is equal to sin I by sin R. Okay. Mu is equal to sin I by sin R. Or N1 sin I is equal to N2 sin R. N1 sin I is equal to N2 sin R. So what will happen now? Or I'll write mu is equal to sin I by sin R because I'm taking with respect to air and glass. There is glass with respect to air. So mu is equal to how much? Mu is already given to you. 1.524, which is equal to what? Sin I by sin R. Sin I don't know. What is sin R? Sin R is 19 degrees. Sin 19 degrees. Can you find out sin 90 now? 1.524 is equal to how much? Is equal to sin I is equal divided by sin 19. Sin 19 degrees, how much it is? 0.32. So sin I is equal to how much? Multiply karo isko 1.524, 0.49. I is equal to what? Sin inverse of 0.49. So फिर करो solve करो, shift sin inverse 19 degrees. So answer equal to 29 degrees. I is equal to 29.7 degrees. ठीक है? This answer. Come on, copy this. Did you understand all of you? See, we first found out this angle. After doing this, from this formula, we found out the R1 value. We got this. Then we will use refractive index formula to find out I. Is it clear? Is it clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, done?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you try these same questions here? Did you find anyone? No, that you did. That you don't do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't have any. This is for the gas. That you will do later. That's the next chapter. What about the other one?
I did from you.
You got that, right?
Yeah.
This is very important question. These two example questions are there. Did you try that?
Yeah, I got it.
These two, this one and one more is
I
there.
understood.
You understood, right?
Yeah.
So what happens at that? Like from where when we are going from negative to positive, what exactly? Three stages are there.
Yeah.
Did you read that?
Yeah, I read it, then I did it.
Do it. Okay. This also you do it. Same.
Okay.
The same thing. Let me read only that is. If you are able to do out of these two questions, one will come in exam. Okay. The latent specific capacity is important. Like question will be like AB. Define molar heat capacity. Then they will ask you a numerical in that.
Like such question.
Two AB, such type of questions. Shall we go with some other question now?
Yes, sir.
Abandoned depth का कोई question है?
हाँ करा रहा हूँ. कल करवाया था ना आपको उस दिन 2 या 3 करे थे ना उनको. You were, I think you went. Where is your mom now? That's fine. On that day we did 3. I don't know the recordings. I will put it. Okay, just go through. I'll take a picture. I'll send you a picture in the group now. You try that question. Okay.
Sir, you didn't add me in the group.
Yeah, I will add. One second. You send me message, right? Can you just send me hi message? I will save it.
Yeah, sir. 1 minute.
Who is this? Oh. How are you? How are you, sir? Prince Ashas. How are you?
All good, sir. How are you, sir?
I should say Prince now, huh?
Yes, sir.
Prince
Sir,
of our class. Where were you these days? We completed one chapter also. I think you are the one who's told, no? We'll start from optics, huh?
Sir, I'll be serious. I have decided on my way back. यही बोला था ना इसमें?
Anyways.
be happy that I'm not on set today, huh?
What happened? What you will do otherwise?
Very peaceful it is, okay?
Very peaceful, yeah, really.
तू कर क्या लेता वाले वो बता.
Class के बाद कर लूंगा था.
कुछ नहीं कर पाता तू.
Okay.
Yeah, Aaron, show your face now once.
Why?
You first show your face.
It's fine.
Are you wearing clothes or not? I am doubtful about that also. Recording. Okay. Okay. अच्छा I will send you a picture like a page nice group. First I'll add it here. Wait. 1 second. Add to contacts. Yes. Okay, bye.
These people didn't. They was not marketing. Yeah. I'm not virtual meetings and
Okay, एक काम करो सुनो just take one picture. सुनो ये उल्टा ये इसका फोटो लगेगा इसमें. You are sending one picture in with the solved problems. Please just go through. I'll give 5 minutes. Please go through that. Okay. कुछ गिर गया क्या? Just I'm